One of the biggest trends that we're going to see in 2016 is the increased use of micro video. The use of video has just exploded over the past year, and I think it's going to continue to be exponential. Companies are using video increasingly for education as well as entertainment. If you think about the old concept of a television commercial, companies would invest the time in the production because they were promised the reach. But the problem with television commercials is that oftentimes you don't know whether it's reaching the right target audience. Unlike targeted video on digital, where you can exactly target which customer you see, so you can ensure that your message is relevant to that customer. Another trend that we're likely going to see is the rise of the social networks for business-to-business marketing. Looking at Facebook, Facebook is introducing constantly new functionalities that appeal to companies, such as the abilities to run polls. Also looking at Instagram, Instagram has launched their business-to-business channel, giving companies the ability to advertise their products and services on Instagram with mixed and varied results, I must say. But nonetheless, I think we can expect to see big things from Facebook and Instagram in the business-to-business space in the forthcoming year. On Twitter, for example, we run polls quite successfully, Microsoft South Africa. We run polls every Friday. What polls do is it drives up your engagement. So provided that the question is relevant enough for your target audience, people generally do participate. And because it's the kind of question that solicits an answer, it also tends to drive your engagement. We would ask our customers a poll on to vote on the best technology of 2015, for example. That was one of our most engaged posts that I can recall over the past year. Another thing that we also sometimes do is, posting different options and giving customers the ability to either favorite or to retweet whatever their preferred option is. And that's worked quite successfully for us as well. If you can follow Instagram for business, and you'll see that they've amassed over 27,000 followers in just a few months. So that's a big one to watch for in 2016. Emojis, love them or hate them, are here to stay. We're seeing increasingly, brands using emojis in their messaging. Coca Cola comes to mind, MTN, of course, comes to mind. I do believe that Chevrolet actually did a press release that was written in emojis. So love them or hate them, they're here to stay. The definition of an influencer will change as well. In the past, companies would leverage an influencer that was either a celebrity or a quasi-celebrity. The problem with that is consumers are educated and they can see straight through BS, if I may say so. So these days, it's more beneficial for brands to align themselves with influencers that can genuinely and with legitimacy speak to their products and services. Another trend that we're going to see is that brands, when it comes to marketing, are increasingly going to focus on ROI. Even things like managing a free channel, time is money, so it's not free anymore. Brands want to see a return on their investment in tough economic times when marketing budgets are under pressure. And we're seeing this new concept called the revenue marketer, where marketers actually have an increased responsibility and accountability for driving growth and revenue results. Brands existing for a purpose is another big trend that we're going to see this year. We've seen a few companies do this already. I think increasingly also when you're talking to millennials, the kinds of brands that resonate with them are brands that contribute towards a greater good. Pepsi also recently decided not to run a Super Bowl commercial, but instead to run a series of videos where customers could vote towards the philanthropic choice. And we're seeing more and more of that happening. S-commerce is, to coin a phrase, is another big trend. So this S-commerce is really the combination of social media and e-commerce. We've seen great examples of companies introducing buy now functionality on their social media pages. There was also recently a collaboration between Facebook and Shopify. So this is a big trend to watch out for. With the reach that you have on social media and retailers also being increasingly under pressure with driving foot traffic through their doors, we're going to see a lot more retailers drive a lot more commerce via their social media channels.